Bro, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. I don't care who that is.
Well, is he actually famous? I don't know who that is.
Even if he is, who cares?
No, like maybe he's just like one of them. Whatever. Anyways,
that's all I wanted to say.
Oh yeah. Here's what I was saying. There, like, there's so many issues.
Shout out Hasib.
Shout out Hasib. There's a lot of things. I'm not even talking about anything happening like right now. You could apply this to right now, but there's a lot of things that just happen in the world that like people treat super black and white.
Nice choice
and
of words.
the thing is, what?
Nothing.
Okay, that's not what I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about. You know,
I know you're being general here. I get it.
I'm talking about black and
white.
Yeah. And
wait, you're talking about what? Continue. I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm not talking about the Jacob Blake thing right now. We might talk about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, it's hard even when people do the wrong thing. To some degree, as a human being, in order for all of us to operate functionally as human beings, and to want good and to see good and to induce change, we have to understand that the people that do the things that we disagree with usually think they're doing the right thing. And even though they could objectively still be the wrong thing, there's still a large gray area, and most people don't fall on no one falls on black or white, except like freaking Adolf Hitler. Okay, that's someone who's like, you could say is pretty close to pure evil, right?
Yeah.
But most people are not Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Most people are just like one another. Most people, you know, maybe have a different upbringing or whatever, but are doing what at the end of the day they think is right. And even if you think that what they're doing is wrong, not everything that they're doing is necessarily entirely wrong from your perspective or from their perspective.
Yeah, you know, that's like I've never done debate, but I think that's like when I'm like arguing with my friends or stuff, I think that's an important topic to keep in mind. Like, it's not when you're trying to convince someone of something, it's not you're trying to convince them that you're right per se, but it's more important to try to convince them that whatever they think is wrong, if that makes sense. Because most people will go off the perception of what they believe. So like you said, most people aren't trying to be evil, quote unquote, because they want to be evil. It's just that the way they see it, the way they're doing it is the right way to do it, right? Because human beings will naturally try to do whatever they think is good. No one tries to do evil unless they're like freaking like crazy, sociopath, psychopath type of thing, right? So it's important if you are trying to, have meaningful conversations or try to, get someone on your side for whatever it may be. It's important to recognize that, and rather than like dismiss their opinion completely, right? It's important to try to recognize it and try to change it to what you want it to get. And I think that's really important because like nowadays you see a lot, like whether it be on social media or the news or whatever, like someone says something that doesn't go with the like mainstream opinion and people are immediately
they
like
get bashed for it.
Exactly, like F that guy, like, and like who knows, he just might not be educated in the right way, but I think it's up to the people who care enough and like the social and the people who are always like, I want to make a change but I don't know how to make a change. Like that's your responsibility right there. Like if you know someone who's close to you and you think he has the wrong opinion and you're right, whether it be on like racial injustice or like voting or like some, not even political, like it can be something as simple as like your damn soccer team, right? But like if you want to make a change, it's up to you to go ahead and like educate that person, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's important that you do it out of a close relationship.
Exactly.
And that's the way, dude. People don't freaking. All right. By the way, I don't know. Did I like cut you off before?
No.
Did you have anything? Okay. Okay. On Instagram, there's a lot of people who say the right things the wrong way.
What do you mean?
There's just
they come off in the wrong way.
Yeah, they don't say it the right. Like, okay, like for example, like okay, like we know there's like a bunch of like really like ignorant people who out of their ignorance and stupidity are saying all lives matter in response to Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, right? And now the thing is, there is and that's just one of these issues that people are like, that is like polarizing in a way. And the people who are on the right side, who are like pro Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, what they're saying is objectively right. They're like, yes, Black
Yeah.
Lives Matter, saying all lives matter is wrong. But at the end of the day, man, nobody changes when the person that you disagree with is yelling in your face about it. Or is
Exactly.
being super aggressive about it. People are human beings, man. Like, people who are Republicans generally find themselves being on the side that we disagree with, you
Yeah.
know?
In case you didn't know, we are all Democrats here. Mostly.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, you know, somewhere on the I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Yeah,
I'm not
ignore that
super
part. But yeah.
political,
I'm
but,
talking about
yeah.
people that are like diehard Republicans.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I'm not a diehard Democrat. I'm not a diehard anything.
I don't think anyone of us here are super political.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
for
like-
sure.
yeah.
I'm not super democratic, but I'm just meant like, I'm basically not. And this is the problem, which we'll get into. We can get into later,
Yeah.
but like the two-party system. But I'm
You're
basically
communist.
not Republican, and that defaults nowadays to Democrat.
You're communist.
Soviet
Right.
Union.
Communism is the way,
USSR theme.
or socialism is the way.
And anyways, what were we talking about?
Putin is a good leader. I'm
You know,
fine.
apparently he's like his like whole like, you know that image where he's like a big bad man.
Yeah.
That's
it's like
made
all
up.
fake.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all made up.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, not like
No, he has
not like
his
that. He's a
own-
bad dude, but that he's like a
Tough dude, yeah.
That he's a tough.
That shirtless pic of him on the horse.
Yeah.
That's staged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, I thought it was like real.
No,
I'm kidding.
I think a lot
You
of
know he
people.
has his own theme song in Russian.
I think I heard of this.
They made a song about it.
Imran Khan has his own theme song, right?
That was like, yeah, when he was having his
Imran
campaign.
Khan, who's that?
The
Oh, Pakistani.
Pakistani,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Prime
yeah. Hold on. Let me get back to what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. So
So there's a lot of people who are Trump supporters
mhm.
who we believe are on the wrong side. Are all those people, almost half the country maybe, are they inherently bad people? No. No.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're human beings. And human beings are open to human beings don't respond well to people who are on the other side like yelling at them and demonizing them, which is so far all I've seen, by the way.
Yeah.
All I've seen is demonizing.
It's not. I want to say it's all, but it's like way more than majority. Like it's a,
95%.
yeah.
Now, what people are receptive to is, listen, man, I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from. I know that you're not a bad person. I understand that maybe your upbringing, whatever. You know, obviously don't say it in a even the way I said it right now might even be a little
Yeah, because you don't want to
condescending,
like be like.
I understand that
you
you're
came-
freaking stupid. I understand you're freaking ignorant. It's not your fault. No, don't say it like that
Yeah.
either. At the end of the day, people change not through logic, but through,
Persuasion. I think.
I was gonna say through genuine human connection, emotional connection, and a bit through logic.
Yeah, you can't just shove it down their throats.
You can't just shove it down.
Yeah. I think it's I think it's not the logic that's the important part, but like how you. What's the Latin word for it? Starts with an E. Ethos.
Ethos.
Right.
Those pathos.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, like you want to invoke emotion to them in a way that they can relate to. So like no,
Yeah.
but like yeah, I want to emphasize that point. Like you're not going to convince anyone
Yeah.
of anything by just saying you're stupid.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Yeah, you're not going to convince
Yeah.
anyone by just saying you're wrong. Let me tell you why.
Dude, and that's not to say that logic is obviously very important, but people don't even make themselves open to logic.
Yeah, logic
Before their own
isn't
emotion.
how you win people over. I mean,
Yes.
like some people over. Like not everyone's like, okay, I'm just gonna accept this logic.
Exactly.
have to be moved
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this goes into another thing. I bought this book recently and I never freaking read it.
Harry
It's
Potter.
called it's called Never Split the Difference. Harry freaking Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry.
That's why he's wearing his glasses today.
Yeah.
He's got the middle part and everything.
Harry doesn't have a freaking middle part.
Doesn't he? How does he
No,
show off
he
his?
doesn't.
Oh no, he has bangs and he just parts it when he wants to
Yeah.
show off his thing. But yeah, continue.
Okay, so there's in when you're negotiating, the book was about negotiating. I've never freaking read it, but I like to think of myself as like a solid negotiator sometimes, and sometimes a negotiator is just a salesman, like
Yeah.
just someone, right? And we negotiate every freaking day most breathing moments when we're talking to other people, when we're talking to our parents, when we're talking to whoever, we're negotiating. When we're working with other people on anything, we're negotiating, right?
Yeah.
And negotiation. So, dude, this is a freaking Urshad Vora original. Ready?
Oh man, get
Listen,
it done.
listen.
Clip it.
You're a wizard,
Write
man.
this down. Negotiation. Or sorry, proper negotiation. You're a wizard. Screw you, dude. I'm about to say something wicked serious,
I was
dog.
waiting for you to say something. There's that pause. I was like, okay, and then there's a longer
Longer pause, yeah. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
You
I'm
must have
thinking.
forgot.
I'm thinking. No,
He hasn't come up with it yet. He's about to deliver right now.
Proper negotiation is being disagreeable under the guise of being agreeable. Boom!
Wait, can you repeat that? No, I didn't
Wait,
hear
crap, that was really good.
Proper negotiation is being disagreeable under the guise of being agreeable.
There's no way you made that up.
I made that up,
I
son!
swear right now, there's no way.
I swear to God, I made that up.
That is so good.
I
That's a
know.
Don Draper line right
I
there.
know, son.
Holy
I know, son.
moly.
So,
Go into depth. How did you think?
okay, so
Yeah.
I'll go into this fair. People, dude, when you're selling people anything, or when you're on the other end and you're trying to negotiate a lower price, when you're okay, so remember, like I remember in previous episodes, like I talked about finessing like your teachers and like trying to get
Yeah.
dude, if you go up to your freaking teacher and you're like, you should move this date because it's the right thing to do
Yeah.
because of this and this reason, she'll be like, get the hell out of my face, son.
Yeah.
But if you go up to her and you show you're just a likable human being, you're someone that if you show her that you're on the same side as her, anything she does is not against her own will. It's because
She
you're
wants
on
to
the
do
same
it.
side as
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
And that's all of negotiation, period.
Yo,
You're showing
can't
the
take a phone
person.
call real quick.
About okay.
Okay, yeah.
So your genius line about saying that negotiation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, people. Oh, yeah, I was talking about teachers.
Finessing teachers. Yeah.
I was talking about, like, not even, I don't want to call it finessing because that makes it sound bad, but to some degree, when your people are open to, like, doing things to help people that they know are on the same side as them, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, when you want people to agree with you, rather than proving that their thing is illogical, nobody freaking changes like that. Nobody's moved like that. Rather than telling them they're wrong, just like you have to make them know that you're on the same side as them, and any decision they make will not only benefit you, it'll benefit them. as well.
Yeah.
And so I like to relate this back to now this is we're taking a lot of we're going out in scope a little bit.
Yeah.
But the Prophet ﷺ, so to any of our non-Muslim viewers, and even to our Muslim viewers, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and prayers be upon him, when he spread his message at first, it did not come with there's an ayah in the Quran that says if you were harsh it's something along the lines of if you were harsh, the people would not have followed you. So if you came along with you are wrong,
Yeah.
this and this you're doing is wrong,
Yeah.
people wouldn't have followed him.
Yeah.
But it was just the immense character that he had, the immense character that he was. People were so drawn to him that, like, that was his form of negotiation with the
Yeah.
Arabs.
His character.
His
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
It wasn't, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Eventually, all that came. But when that came, they were super receptive to it. They were
Yeah.
like a sponge, taking it in. They were like a freaking sponge. Stop, I shouldn't say freaking. But,
No, because he builds up the reputation. So that's the whole thing, right? Like you getting on their side.
yeah, and now everything that they did, they knew was for their own good.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so when you are good to a person, and when you are on their side and you show that you're on their side, they will soak up what you are selling them like a sponge.
Yeah.
Because you're not freaking attacking them.
Exactly. because they know that anything you want is genuinely out of their
good
for
their good. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? It's not out of self-interest. It's for interest for the well-being of both people.
Yeah.
And we should apply that to how we are in, this political landscape. Are we right in saying some of the things that we say? Absolutely. But there's a way, like, when you're being overly aggressive on social media, you're not teaching the other side, you're teaching your own side how to be more hateful of the other side.
Yeah. And I think the way, like, the world is right now and the way our nation is right now, that we've come to a point where there's a lot of clash of ideas, and I think most of us will agree that it is necessary for a change.
Yes.
Right. But just like you said, right? So there was revealed to Prophet that there's an ayah that says if he was harsh, it would not.
And this is not an exact. But it was along those lines. If someone could please remind me, perhaps in the comments or something, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is, the change is necessary, right? And I truly believe that one way or another, something's gonna change, right? So now, do we want to be on the side that's, as you said, the bad side that's gonna be harsh, screaming in people's faces, dismissing opinions, and just assuming power? Because that's not gonna be the right way, and we don't want to make our history going forward to be built on something like that. Like, for example, one of the flaws about how America was built, right? Like, not by air quoting, like an actual flaw of the way America was built is that they dismissed like the slavery option, right? Back in when the Declaration of Independence was written, they just like, oh, we'll think about it later. It's not important. We just want to get free, right? I don't want to say it is. It's of a magnitude of that sense that something big is happening. People are fed up, and change is going to happen. Right. So now, do we want change to happen in the wrong way again and have to deal with the consequences a couple of generations down the line, or do we want to do it the right way by convincing the majority of the people that this is, and getting them on our side and making fundamental change such that when you look back on this in 2 or 3 generations, it's not a time of like sadness or like a time of regret or like a black spot in history, but a time of actual revolution where good ideas were put forth by good people and dispersed in a good way such that people were well receptive, and change happened easily.
Yeah, 100%. Right? And the way we do that is by changing how we talk to the other side.
Exactly. Like, I know a lot of our viewers and a lot of people in general are really I don't want to say adamant, but they're really like involved. They really want to get involved, and they take this stuff very seriously. And my only piece of advice is no matter what you guys do, just make sure you do it in the right way. And like, hopefully, inshallah, all this will work out in the future. Yeah. Yeah.
Just,
don't be dumb. Like,
yeah.
I think people know when they're being dumb and when they I'm a hot-headed person. My emotions get a hold of me a lot. Like, even when we argue, I scream at you a lot, right? So, like, I know that. I recognize that. Like, I know that I'm being dumb then and there. But if you're doing something serious and you want to convince people, just don't be dumb. Just do the right thing the right way, and like, sooner, and if you're right, like if your position is right, then I think the truth will prevail at the end. It might take some time, but it definitely will prevail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most people want to do the right thing.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, like I said, most people, like, first of all, they think they're doing the right thing, but they also, like, if they're doing the wrong thing, like, they don't want to keep doing the wrong thing, but they're not going to be receptive to that.
Yeah.
Unless you do it in a specific way. But yeah, so Zarir, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you pooped
Damn
your
it.
pants?